All right, we're going to do some practice problems, just dealing with these probabilities that we've been talking about. If you would like to just try some of these on your own and then kind of check back through the video, you can always fast forward and get to the answers, and then if you didn't get the same answer as me, go back and watch the video. Could save you some time that way, but it's up to you. So we are rolling 2 dice. We want to know the probability that we get a sum of 10 or that we get doubles. Now, we may want to think about our dice rolling situation because it can be hard to think about the sums otherwise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little table for us. So here's my first dice, and I could roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 6. And then I'll just put that across the top. And then my second dice I'm going to write down this way. I could roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so what I'll do is if I roll a 1 and a 1, those would add up to 2. If I roll a 1 and a 2, those add up to 3. 1 and 3 adds up to 4. Is this making sense? I'm summing these. So this is a table of what I could get. If I roll a 2 and a 1, that's going to give me a 3. A 2 and a 2 gives me a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If I roll a 3 and a 1, I would get a 4. Hopefully you see a pattern here and you can do this a little faster. If you roll a 4 and a 1, there's a 5. 5 and a 1 is a 6. And if you roll a 6 and a 1, that's going to start here. So this will just be a little helpful table to reference as we're doing these problems. Okay, we want to know the probability that we get a sum of 10 or doubles. So the question is there any overlap between those? So here's our sums of 10. There's 3 different ways to get that. And our doubles are going to occur here on the diagonal. Oh, and you'll notice right here there is overlap. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract out the overlap. So we're going to have to do the probability of getting a sum of 10 plus the probability of getting doubles minus the probability of getting both for that overlap. So the probability of rolling a sum of 10, there were 3 10s out of a total of 36 outcomes. Probability of rolling a double, there were 6 doubles out of 36 outcomes. And remember, there was 1 overlap. So we're going to subtract that overlap, 1 out of 36. And we add those up, we get 8 out of 36, which reduces to 2/9, or approximately 22%. I don't have room for my percent sign. Sorry about that. Okay, the next one, we want to know the probability of getting a sum of a 6 or a sum of a 7. So here are my 6's, and here are my 7's. And you'll notice there is no overlap. So for this one, all we have to do is the probability of rolling a sum of 6 plus the probability of rolling a sum of 7. So let's see, 6, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 36. And for 7's, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 36. So when we add those, our probability is 11 out of 36. Put that in the calculator. It's about 31%. All right, last one of these. We want a sum less than 3 or a sum greater than 10. There's not going to be overlap on that. You cannot roll something that has a sum less than 3 and a sum greater than 10. So we don't have to worry about overlap. So we're doing the probability that the sum is less than 3 plus the probability that the sum is greater than 10. So out of my 36 possibilities, sum is less than 3, there's only 1 of those. Plus, out of my 36 possibilities, how many sums are greater than 10? There's 3 of those. So when I add 136 plus 336, we get 436, which reduces to 1/9. And as a percent, that's about 11%.